Some of the online gaming industry's biggest titles closed for the duration of the George Floyd death memorial in honor of the tragic police murder. GTA Online, Red Dead Redemption 2 and NBA 2K20 all went offline for 2 hours while Mr. Floyd's memorial was taking place. Rockstar Games stated, "Black Lives Matter. To honor the legacy of George Floyd, today from 2 o'clock to 4 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be shutting down access to our online games, Grand Theft Auto Online and Red Dead Online." Shutting down an online game for any period of time is an important decision for any game developer. It is estimated that GTA Online alone earns around $2.5 million per day for Rockstar Games, so shutting down for 2 hours could cost the company around $210,000. This act of respect only highlights the impact that George Floyd's murder has had on everybody across the globe. Some other online games also closed for Mr. Floyd's memorial. Crimson Lifeless Online, Monster Legends and Dragon Metropolis also closed. All of the games mentioned were owned by parent company Take-Two Interactive, who have taken up wide support for the Black Lives Matter movement. A further statement raised awareness of a charity associated with Black Lives Matter. Following the memorial, we hope you will join us in further honoring the many victims of America's racial injustices by supporting their families. Sony also cancelled an event this week to honor the movement. The Future of Gaming event was set to take place yesterday, however, Sony cancelled it amid the events in the US. The event was set to officially reveal the PlayStation 5, all of its features and new games set for release on the next-gen console. This would have been a landmark event for Sony and indeed the games industry, essentially a very important event for the company. Sony stated, "While we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see PS5 games, we do not feel that now is a time for celebration, and for now, we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard." Again, this highlights the importance of the events currently going on across cities in America and indeed the world. Black or white, young or old people are gathering to protest racial and social injustice as well as police brutality. Yesterday, on June 4, a memorial service for the murder victim of police brutality took place. George Floyd's death has sparked outrage and protests across the United States and various other countries. Mr. Floyd was murdered by police officer Derek Chauvin, who held his knee to George Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes. This act of violence essentially prevented Mr. Floyd from breathing, tragically killing him in the street. The officer has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder, while the other 3 officers have also been charged with aiding and abetting. Some acts of violence from small groups of people took place last week, but this has all but stopped and been dealt with. A police officer was intentionally run over by an SUV in New York, while 4 cops were shot in Las Vegas. Most of the protests have been peaceful, but this didn't deter President Trump from using force against them so he could cross the street and disrespect a church. Protests continue in George Floyd's honor.